Hi, my name is Jake. Now let's talk music. Whatever. Alright, so still continuing the series. Uh Today we're talking about Cowboy Carter, which I just want to say a couple of things before I start getting into this. Beyonce is super talented. Like, her voice is beautiful and like there's no taking away from her talent. She's one of the most talented artists like in our generation. But I'm not a big fan of the album. Like, it just feels weird hearing Beyonce trying to act like a country singer. It it just doesn't feel right when I sit and listen to this. Like, I'm not talking shit on her. It's just it it's awkward listening to her sing country. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a country fan and I love Beyonce's music, but it it's just it's weird hearing like this pop sensation try and do country. Like, it, it's just not for me. Now there's a couple of songs within that I like. Like, I feel like the person who like did the best transition from like one genre into country, Post Malone. Like, he's got that vibe, but when you think of Beyonce, she doesn't have that vibe. I mean, when I think of Beyonce, I think luxurious, pop star, like everything. Like, even from her last album, Renaissance, she's literally singing on a horse in full diamond. Like, that's what it looks like. And then you come to this, and now you're sitting on a horse, and now it's like you look like somebody from Texas. Like, no, you don't look like somebody from Texas. Let me restate that. You try to dress like you look like someone from Texas. And you're holding an American flag, which, good for you. I don't want to take anything away from you. Like, you did a great job. You had some great performances, but it just doesn't feel right seeing her try and adapt country music. I mean, I don't know. It's just like when Post Malone did it, he did it in, like, to me, the best way possible. Like, his music has been like changing ever since he started. Like, he started off like rap, hip hop, all that. And then you just start seeing him go from rap to rap pop esque to pop music to now it's pop country, and it he's been doing this his whole career. Like, he's never stayed the same artist, and it felt like it worked the best when he did it. Like, he's never been just a one genre artist. He's been all over the place. And I feel like he did that perfectly with his album F1 Trillion. So, yeah, I feel like that was a better way of doing it, but Beyonce, it just feels so weird. Like, this is Queen Bee, like the queen of pop, like all that, and then just randomly she's like, "All right, I want to do country now." It 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 just felt weird, but I'm not taking any of her performances away from her. Like, she did good on this album. It's just it when I think of like country, it doesn't feel right listening to Beyonce. Like, I feel like listening to country, Post Malone like fits in with Morgan. God, what's his last name? Dude, I'm brave farting on his name right now, and let me look it up. Morgan Wallen. Holy crap! But he, what I'm trying to say is, he fits in with that Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, uh, Thomas Rhett, Bailey Zimmerman. Like, he fits in with that type of country, and he also has his songs with some of the older like country stars like Tim McGraw, Hank Williams, Blake Shelton, Dolly Parton. And I'm not saying that Beyonce doesn't, but she she still is within that same circle, but I feel like it just was done better by Post Malone. So if I'm thinking of like a pop artist who went to country this year, I would much rather see like a F1 Trillion over a Cowboy Carter. Maybe that's just me, but it just feels like weird seeing a Beyonce within that crowd. But yeah, I mean, she still has great performances. She has some great features, and I don't want to take anything away from her, but I would much rather see something like an F1 Trillion get a nomination than Cowboy Carter. I just feel like it was done so much better by Post Malone. I mean, even Post Malone has a feature on this album. It's Levi jeans, but I don't know. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I, that's just where my mindset is. Also, when I think of the music and I think of like the nomination, she got the nomination because of her name. Let's be honest. Like, of course, when Beyonce drops an album, it's gonna be put up for album of the year. It That's just what happens. It's the same thing with like Taylor Swift. She puts out an album, it's gonna be nominated for album of the year. And I just feel like we need to like shake it up. Like I get that they are there, that they're the biggest names, but if an album is better than it and it doesn't get a nomination for album of the year, I just don't get it. But like I said, it might just be me. That's all I want to say. Until next time, peace.